Started about a little over 7 years ago. And how we started is basically was making jewelry for galas and giveaways. And then a lot of people was starting to really like the jewelry that I was making. Then it just grew to now making copper jewelry to ship throughout all the world. For me, it's hard knocks and talking to our elders, talking to Tony. So that's how a lot of us native artists have learned, is by hard knocks in working together. I look at that as what a better way to continue training and teaching the culture and the techniques is by educating.
The pure copper comes from really one specific place, mainly in the U.S., and that's around the Great Lakes. They have the world's largest deposit of copper around the Great Lakes. Our ancestors started about 10,000 years ago. Archaeologists have found the remains of copper things that were made here in the northern United States, and they've carbon dated them to that date pretty effectively, and they've found some really good stuff, like projectiles, spear points, arrow points, copper pots, this and that. The jewelry end of it started quite a bit later, and honestly, probably around in the 1800s is when it got its big boost, because in the 1800s, copper started being mined commercially. So before that, it was just whatever the indigenous people found around the Great Lakes is what they had for material. But once it was started to mine commercially, then it became more readily available, and some blacksmith people from Mexico came up and taught some Navajo people basic silversmithing. And that's what really got us started. So the Navajos were silversmithing, yet silver, if they could get it, it was a coin, and that meant it was expensive for them. And when copper came along, oh, hey, this is a lot cheaper. It works like silver. We can use this. And that's how they got started. Say the middle of the 1800s on up, they were using that, I would say.
Here at Cherokee Copper, we are able to educate and promote the Cherokee language and jewelry to the world. I think it's an honor that they look toward us to do that, because what a better way to promote the Cherokees is by wearing our jewelry, our earrings, our copper jewelry, our copper earrings and bracelets and etc., where you every day are an ambassador to the world about our Cherokee culture. So the more we have out there, the more people know about our culture. There's not many of us left. I mean, we just lost Tony, and he was one of their elders that kind of revived it. And a great loss of missing Tony, because he had a lot of knowledge of the tradition of it and his techniques. Well, here, because this is a family business, my son makes the jewelry too. My daughter makes a lot of our pearls over strand. And it's a family business where we are educating as a family, because if we don't teach the next generation, it's dead. And we can't allow that to happen, because why should we allow the world to kill our culture? And why not spread the knowledge and the education to more people so that we can continue this for generations to come?